I'll fight you. If you beat me, then you can be in the regional title match at Rage against Scott Spade and myself. We'll make it a three-way dance. Are you fine with that?
Welcome to POWW Inside the Ropes. We're still working along with
Skits M. Jones.
And I tell you what, Skits, Eric Freedom finally will get a shot at the regional title from WrestleRage.
Well, you know what? This is very interesting. Eric Freedom showing a little bit of the old Eric Freedom, that hardcore hippie, you know, that little bit of edge. I don't like Eric Freedom, but that edge is something he needs going into WrestleRage. And he will be going, well, one-on-one.
Well, three-way, you got Scott Spade involved in this, and the regional champion, Trevor Blanchard, and Eric Freedom, all vying for the POWW regional title, WrestleRage VIII, November 13th at the Odeon.
I'm looking forward to that.
And I'm looking forward to this match coming up. Gage Quinn taking on the Ace of Spades, Scott Spade.
Well, we just talked about him. Now we'll see him in action. How's he looking going into WrestleRage?
Introducing first, to my left and entering the ring right now in the black and blue trunks, here he is from San Diego, California, Gage Quinn. And his opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at an even 200 pounds, here is the Ace of Spades, Scott Spade.
Well, here you go, this match underway. It is the Ace of Spades, Scott Spade, taking on GQ Gage Quinn in his second match back. Now, Scott Spade has been having an interesting month. He and partner, well, former partner now, Rough Crossing, they'd been trying and trying to get the tag belts. It didn't happen. Scott Spade qualified for the regional title match at WrestleRage. Rough Crossing, a little bitter about that. Tried to get his own title, going after the world title in Fox Lake. Didn't work out. Scott Spade inadvertently, due to temporary blindness because of gentleman John Campbell, hit the Ace Crusher on Rough Crossing.
Well, Skits, you know, a lot of controversy during that whole match with Campbell, with Rex Hart, the referee Perella being knocked out, Scott Spade being blinded, Rough Crossing don't know what the heck happened, and this Crossing just plain snapped.
Well, you know, I can understand where Rough Crossing is coming from. Think about it. He is a former world champion who has been so far removed from the title picture, you could almost argue weighed down by his partner, Scott Spade.
It's not often that I do, but I'll agree with you on that, Skits.
But I don't see his reason for turning on the fans. These fans that have backed him from day one, going back to CCW.
Well, you know how everything just kind of builds up there, RJ? Everything just builds up, builds up, builds up. He probably had to build it up inside of him, boom. Just, he found the right moment, he just exploded.
Well, what have the fans done for him? You can say they've been there for him all you want, but what have they really done?
I don't know. I think a lot of these wrestlers feed off the energy that comes out of the fans.
Well, regardless, Scott Spade still one of the fans' favorites in POW Entertainment. But right now, Gage Quinn taking it to Scott Spade, who's got to still be reeling from the effects of that beer bottle smashed over his head just a matter of weeks ago.
And the psychological effects of how he feels with his treatment from Rough Crossing, how he feels about what he did to Rough Crossing. All of these things have to be weighing on his mind.
Yeah, but what does he have to worry about? Think about it.
Nice
he
lead
knows
drop by
that
Quinn.
He's going to just a 2 count there. He knows that he's going to WrestleRage to challenge for the regional title. What worry could he possibly have at this point in time? You know his mind's got to be focused on what's coming in the future.
Well, I tell you what, I thought for sure that you would probably see that Noise Boosted Tattoos in some sort of tag match at WrestleRage go for the tag titles, but I guess not now.
Well, again, they had been challenging for the tag belts over and over. They've lost to
What?
Picture Perfect.
And
They've lost.
And
to
the big
Psychotic
question is now,
Rage.
what is Crossing going to do? There's nothing left for him.
Well, right now, again, Gage Quinn taking it to Scott Spade. You mentioned the
But-
tag title picture.
but-
of course,
but-
Gage Quinn has to be a
but-
little bitter about no longer being a member of current tag title holders, Picture Perfect. I bet he's a man fueled by rage, by jealousy, by embarrassment.
But after this match, I got an announcement to make, and maybe that will probably paint a clearer picture on what path that Rough Crossing is going to take.
You've got some background information for us?
Whoa! Nice standing drop kick by Gage Quinn.
A
Beautiful.
beautiful move. Again, you've got to think, Gage Quinn has got to be feeling bitterness, feeling the spite, and feeling jealousy that he's not the one with the tag titles right now. And that bitterness has got to be leading him to want to prove to everyone that he deserves.
Look at this. Roll up by Scott Spade.
1, 2, just a 2 count.
Near pinfall.
He cannot be spending time jawing with the crowd. He's got to concentrate on Scott Spade there.
Both these men have to be, in some respects, distracted going into this match. We've mentioned the issues that both men are having. You know, this match could be a big match for either one of these men. If Gage Quinn were to win, then he would have to say he beat the #1 contender for the regional
Right.
title.
And eventually, he would have to be a #1 contender for the regional title after WrestleRage.
You would have to assume. But let's say Scott Spade wins. That will prove that regardless of what issues he has going on right now, regardless of what noise might be in the background of his mind, he still
Look at this. Moonsault off the top rope.
doesn't look like he got all of it as Scott Spade started rolling out of the way. Looks like he might have deflected the most impact off of that move, allowing him to break out
Either
of that
way, when it
pinfall.
comes to WrestleRage, Scott Spade will definitely have his hand full, just with Eric Freedom. And I've always said, and I like to repeat myself with Trevor Blanchard, certainly a force to be reckoned with. He's sneaky, he's slimy, you just don't know what he's going to do.
Well, it's true. Going into WrestleRage, you've got the technical aspects.
Whoa!
Big back
Up
body
and
drop.
over! Big back body drop!
And Gage Quinn is rolling under those ropes. He is suffering.
As I was about to say, going into WrestleRage, you've got Scott Spade, mat technician of the highest degree. You've got Trevor Blanchard, whose wealth of knowledge and experience makes him a force to be reckoned with. And then you've got Eric Freedom, also vastly experienced, not as well known for his ground game.
Nice
so
elbow
much
smash.
As his viciousness, his cunningness in the ring. You could almost say that Spade and Blanchard are the steak.
Well, let's
and
ask the
Eric Freedom's
Professor
the
RJ
sizzle.
now, when it comes to WrestleRage in that regional title match, who you picking?
You know, that is a very good question. I think it really depends on which
2.
Freedom
Just a
we
2
see
count.
in that match. There's been a mellower Eric Freedom the last couple of months.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that it's electric Eric Freedom instead of the hardcore hippie Eric
That's
Freedom?
what I've been seeing recently. Now, if the hardcore hippie comes in, I could definitely see it going his way.
Whoa! A cheap shot to the eyes.
Scott Spade.
Oh! Ice crusher! Ice crusher! Mercy!
Unbelievable!
2, 3.
This one is over.
Scott Spade.
Out of nowhere, Scott Spade with the ace crusher, putting Gage Quinn away. Gage Quinn not looking good in his return to POW. Now 2-0 since he made his return. Scott Spade carries the momentum.
Went flying off that top rope with here comes Crossing! Here comes Crossing! Oh my God! Crossing throws the boat right into his ex-partner.
Well, again, Rough Crossing blaming Scott Spade for Crossing not being the world champion, not having a match at WrestleRage. He has got to be
I don't
bitter.
believe what we're seeing here.
Obviously, he has not mellowed out since the last show.
Well, he is laying into Scott
Look at him with those cowboy boots.
Hey, Spade. How does that feel, boy? How do you like it?
Crossing still pissed. He wanted that world title shot.
Shut up. 2 weeks ago, this piece of trash, you crossed me my dream to go to WrestleRage, wrestle for the title. Guess what, Scott Spade? I'm gonna make sure that you don't go to WrestleRage and fight for the title. Because guess what? Rough Crossing's the big shot here in POW now. Well, actually, I'm always...
Ouch! Wow!
Right into the
Good Lord Almighty!
I'm gonna make sure he doesn't wrestle for the title.
Did this guy take his rolling this morning?
You're gonna wrestle me at WrestleRage, and it's gonna be your last wrestling match ever. Stop.
I'm sick of this.
Well, there you go. Rough Crossing saying he wants to take on Scott Spade at WrestleRage. Wonder what owner Jimmy Blaze or Commissioner missing in action Dave Williams would have to say about that.
I cannot believe it. Actually, I can totally believe it. Rough Crossing right there. That intensity, that fire lit underneath him.
Crossing has really gone off his rocker, and I just can't believe it.
I disagree. I don't think he's gone off his rocker. I think he's focused.
Well,
he wants a match at Rage.
He wants a match, and he hasn't got one yet, and he probably won't find one.
I think with this attitude, he's going to find one. But enough about that.
Oh, we got a great match coming up. We're going to find out in just a few minutes who will face Axe and Smash. That's Demolition at WrestleRage. Let's take it up to the ring.